Good afternoon, this is David Wendell with BushcraftOnFire, and we're pleased to be with you for another video. There's a knife tag going around. Show two of your favorite tags, and I got tagged this week by BushcraftMyWay. He wanted to see what knives I would carry out in the bush. Now, this is my knife collection basically. I don't have as big a knife collection as most people, but you can see they range from neck knives right up to large choppers. So what I want to do is go over a few of these knives, show you what they are real quickly, and explain them to you. Pardon me for being a little short of breath today. It's about 100 degrees out here, a humidity of about 80-85%. So it's really, really warm. But I wanted to get this video done while I had some time. So let's go over some of these large knives first. This is an original Nepalese Cupra, and I've shown this before on some of my videos. Really, really nice blade, and well made, comes from Nepal. Generally they make them out of leaf springs of cars. The next knife is a Frost. This is a Frost Bowie knife, Bowie style knife. You guys have seen Do using this one out in the bush. He likes this blade a lot. The shield, the guard, has come loose a little bit, but not changed the function of the knife. Pretty decent knife, but a little light for my taste on the front end. This is actually the very first survival knife that I ever got. I got this knife back in the early 90s. On the front of it, it's got carved in there Negritobolo, which means black bolo. So I'm not sure where this knife came from originally, but it's a very, very sharp knife. Again, a great knife. I did most of my early bushcrafting with this blade, and again, a little bit light for my taste, but it's a really nice knife. Sentimental value in there. The next knife that I have is really not a knife, they're more machetes, and of course that's the Woodman Pals. I have two kinds of Woodman Pals, one with the handguard, one without, and we've shown these in another video as well. And the last of the large blades for the moment is a Becker BK. Okay, Dude's actually been using this knife. Most of you are probably familiar with the Becker, the BK2, and Becker has some really great knives out there. Would I carry this as a bushcraft knife? Absolutely. I think it's a very high-class knife, but it's not one that I would take in my favorite two. Also, in the larger class, is this knife, which is called a Vortech. This is from Tops Knives. It's really a battle knife. Pretty decent for bushcrafting. Heavy, but I wouldn't carry that one. This one is high on my list. My Tom Brown tracker. Many people have seen this before on videos. A lot of debate over this knife. Is this worth carrying in the bush? Well, there's a learning curve on the tracker. And this is a Tracker T1. If you know how to use this knife, it becomes much more effective out in the bush. Here's another little neat tool that I have. This is called an Eco Hawk. A friend of mine sent me this one day and said, around my birthday, said, happy birthday from somebody that loves you. So thanks, Miss Erica. We love you and Mike. But Mike of Vec Hawks makes these, Mike Gap, and this is a good little kind of blade. This is, you put a stick in here, use this for a little tomahawk. You can use it as a knife. A lot of different ways to use that. And again, that ranks pretty high up on would I carry that with me in the bush. Some of my smaller blades here. This is a Columbia River. This is a Gerber skeleton, I think. This, you've seen on another video, is the Shango, again made from Tops Knives. This is just a Winchester folder. And then this is a neck knife that Mr. Nicholson made for me. Really, really pretty nice little knife, little sharp knife, and you've seen that in other videos as well. So that's the necker class. Although I do carry some of these knives, which are Mara from Frost of Sweden, as neck knives as well. And I'm not going to go through all these right now. This is the one that I generally carry with me because it's got the handhold on it. Okay, and also, so there's 5 or 6 different Moras here, as well as a spoon knife or a crooked knife from Mara as well. Nice little gift that I got there. So my Maras, obviously, very fine blade. I love the Scandi grind on knives, and they would be high on my rank. In fact, a Mara would come in probably third of everything that I have. Over on this side, some knives that I've had again from the beginning of bushcraft. This is the very first knife that I bought, and this is a Schrade old timer. Jimmy Lane of Rock Farm Knives gave me this Schrade old timer, which is a matching set. And then I've got my Gerber profile here. Like the Gerber profile, I carry this in my EDC. And I've got a couple Schrade old timers that are folders. So some folding knives, some different knives. Now, none of those are what I would carry out in the bush, although I wouldn't, maybe except for one or two exceptions, have any problem with using any of those. Some people ask me, what is the best knife to carry in the bush? Well, my answer to that would obviously be whatever knife you have on you is going to be the best knife for your situation. One of the blades that I carry all the time with me, and you've seen this on older videos, is my SAK, and this is called the Hunter. It has a main blade, the longest saw blade that SAK makes, as well as a couple little various and sundry things, one of which that I really like is on the back end. It has an awl. I use that an awful lot. That's very high on my list of carry, but still not the top and not I would carry. So let's get to what I would carry as my two favorite knives. This is my carry when I know I'm going to the bush. In the bush on purpose. I'm carrying a Tops Anaconda. This was designed by a good friend of mine, Ron Hood, and this is just one heck of a knife. This thing can do anything from up fine work, chopping. It's a nice heavy blade, and it will do everything that you need out into the bush. Some people ask why I would choose this over top of the tracker, the Tom Brown tracker, and the reason for it is because of the versatility. This has a much longer chopping blade on it. I can do longer chopping, larger batoning with this knife. It's a little bit long, but I like it. I'm going to carry it. So this is one of the two knives that I would carry with me all the time in the bush. If I had a choice what knife to carry, we're going to take that one right there. The other is not actually a knife, but I just recently purchased this Leatherman. This is the Leatherman Surge. This is a multi-tool that has so many different functions on it, and you can look it up online to get a better idea of what all it does. Show you some of the main things. Of course, it's got pliers, wire cutters for if I'm doing any kind of work with wire out there. On the outside, has a standard blade. It also has a serrated blade, so if I need to cut rope or something, I just use that. It has a heck of a pair of scissors on here that open up and cut just about anything you want to cut. And this is the reason I purchased this. This has a removable, I just pull up on this, a little tight. Pull up on this, I can take this blade out and I can replace it. I've got some saw blades, different kind of wood blades, a metal blade. This is a file. This is a diamond sharpening stone. Very, very useful, and I can even sharpen the knives on this tool by just taking this out and using that. So that's going. That is my second choice, the Leatherman Surge. If I could only carry two knives into the bush, it would be my Tops Anaconda, designed by Ron Hood, my Leatherman Surge Toolman, and this has some other things on it, like I said, I didn't show you. But that would be it. So those are the two knives I'm going to take with me, and if you see me in the bush, I will always have those with me. And I'm going to tag 3 more people. So let's see who I can tag here. I want to tag my good friend Mike from Texas Outback. I think Mike would do real well getting out there and shooting a video. And so I'm going to tag Mike. Also Jim from Medic Jim R. Jim, you've just been tagged, so let's see your knives. And an old close friend of mine from England, and I want to see his knives specifically because England has strict knives, and that's Maver Raver. So Maveraver and Jim and Mike, you guys have been tagged. Let's see your videos. And until we do, this is David Wendell with Bushcraft on Fire. Hope you have a great day. While we're closing out here, I do have one announcement for you. We are having an upcoming canoe trip. It's going to be Labor Day weekend. That will be September 4th, 5th, and 6th. We have some people coming over from Europe to come to this camp, and different people from around the U.S. have already asked about it. So get your applications in. You'll be able to find them up on the website in the next couple of days. And until then, I'm going to get a glass of iced tea and get out of this heat. Have a blessed day.